Hello everybody and welcome back to the Retro Union Collectors channel today, and we are taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege leader class Shockwave. But moving him out of the way, we can take a look at his box here. This box is massive, and so this is my very first Siege Transformer ever. But this is a really cool looking box. It's got the big Siege logo right there. Transformers, Shockwave, I like the purple. And I think it says, yep, right there, War for Cybertron S14. And here we got really cool art of Shockwave. And sorry, this box is huge, so I'm kind of having some troubles fitting it on screen here. You got Ultra Magnus as his wave mate. And then here we have him in his 3 modes. He's got 4 modes, 3 modes, kind of. 2 of them are, well, 1 of them is pointless. I don't know. It's weird. Here he is, how I have him standing over here. It's Shockwave on this little hover pad thing. He has his alt mode, which is like a, does it say? No, it doesn't say. It's just kind of some kind of Cybertronian spaceship, I guess. And then he's got this powered up mode here, which I have no idea what it's for. Taking a look at this side here, we got this really cool artwork of the Siege line and stuff there. That's about it for the packaging. Take that out of here. Alright, bringing him back into here. You can take this whole thing off, get that out of the way. Alrighty, so now that big ass box is out of the way, we can quit pretending this thing is huge. This is Shockwave here. I think he looks fantastic. This is super, super cool. I really like this. Long story short, where I'm going with this, if they were to have just not put any of this stuff in here and just given us this as a Voyager class, it would have been perfect. It would have been just fine. The only thing is that its alt mode doesn't really make any sense. Well, it's a gray area. It makes sense. It's just not legal. Yeah, it's weird. You couldn't do his alt mode properly without adding a bunch of pieces and making it something else, I guess. Long story short. But this robot mode is really cool. I'm going to try to adjust this light here and see if I can't get that to show off more details there. So he's got it's really, really nice molded in detail all over the entire thing. This thing has been sculpted beautifully. Every single angle of this robot mode is just got these awesome, intricate little details and stuff. Even the hose. The hose has silver going down it and stuff. Like, did they have to do that? Absolutely not. Did they? Yes, they did. I think that's another part of the justification of this thing being a leader class, is that it actually looks really good. But he has light piping. Let me adjust that light here. He has this light piping at the top of his head, and it's incredible. Like, do you see how much that glows? That thing, the light can be at like any angle, and it'll just glow. It's incredible. When I first got this thing, somebody who was showing it to me asked me if it was LEDs, and it's like, no, it's not. It just glows really well. But the entire thing is mostly cast in this really nice dark purple color, and the dark purple is it's almost a little bit too dark for the camera to see. In hand, it looks incredible. On camera, it's kind of blurred out just because it's so dark. He does have Decepticon insignias on either side. He has, I mean, his hands are like this weird kind of, I don't know what you would call that color. I might be wrong here, but I'm going to go on a limb and say mauve. I'm not sure. But, and then he's got these little gray sections on his legs. His feet are silver. The rest of him, and his eyes yellow. The rest of him is purple. And I think it turned out awesome. For his articulation here, his arms can rotate 360 degrees. They can also, they got a joint here for transformation, but the actual shoulder joint is right here. That is not wanting to focus. There we go. The actual shoulder joint is right there. He does have rotation on the bicep here. He has an elbow joint that can bend a little past 90 degrees there. His hands are on swivels so they can spin 360. Even his little blaster hand here can swivel for some reason. But this side is all the same. The only difference is that he has this hose here that pegs into the back. It is removable here, but not here. So you can unplug it here and plug it in like to that port or something, but it cannot come off his back. And all that really does is it just adds a look to it. If you want this arm to be able to spin all the way, you kind of just have to unplug it, spin it all the way, and do whatever you want to do. Bring it back and plug it in. He does have waist articulation. I think I forgot to mention this, but his head is on a ball joint, so he's got quite a bit motion, actually. It's pretty impressive. Down here, he has these hip joints that let him kick all the way out, as well as ratchet joints all the way forward and ratchet joints all the way back. He has like thigh swivel, can go 360 for transformation. He has ratcheted knees that can go to about 90. He also has some pretty good ankle rocker joints. They don't move too much, but they kind of fit most poses that you would be putting Shockwave in. Shockwave isn't the most agile of characters, so he's not going to be doing many whack poses, you know. It works precisely for what you would want it for, I guess. But now we can take Voyager class Shockwave here and try to figure out how to make this thing seem like a leader class. So he comes with this whole thing here. This is one of the modes of this. I will actually show you this. This thing transforms. I'll show this off more in the transformation guide video, just because there's so much to do with this. But this thing here can be like a little hover pad or whatever you want it to be. I don't really know what it's supposed to be, but it does have the pegs here that his feet can just peg onto, like so. And he can stand there and he can fly. It actually does hold him fairly well, even with just one of the pegs on his feet. But this thing here can be split into a whole bunch of other pieces that are more used in his other modes. So he has like a powered up mode. So see how this all splits into like just a whole ton of pieces. He has like a powered up mode. I'll show how to do it more. It's really simple, but I'll show how to do it in the transformation guide. I'm just going to skip to it just to make the video a little bit shorter. Alrighty, and we're back now, and now Shockwave is all armored up. So all those extra pieces, they go on his feet, his shoulders, and his back. And what they do is they give him this weird powered up mode that I've never seen in anything. I don't know if this shows up in the War for Cybertron show or not. So I'm really confused as to what exactly this mode is. But it's something, I mean, that's for sure. It's definitely something. So as you can see now, his feet have like these extension pieces here. Oh, whoa. Okay, now you can see that his feet have like these extension piece things here, and it looks like guns. I don't know what the point of this is. I'm not saying I hate it. Like, don't take me wrong. I kind of like in my video with the hot rod, the 86, the Studio Series 86 hot rod. Don't take my criticisms like I dislike it, because I actually freaking love this character. Just take all the crap off of it, and it's an awesome Shockwave. Put all this stuff on it, and I don't understand what it's supposed to be, kind of a deal. But so he also has 4 arms now. And I mean, like, I get it. So like, Shockwave's supposed to be a scientist, so this is something I could see Shockwave doing to himself, I guess. I've just never seen him do this to himself, I guess. Like, if that makes any sense. But so with all his accessories on him, he's a little bit more justified as a leader class. It's hard to say that, though. he's not the biggest. He's like a large Voyager size now. And just to show that off, here's the Earthrise Starscream. And I'm not gonna lie, there's not a whole lot of there's not a lot of obvious weight differences between these two. I mean, Shockwave is a little bit bigger. Like, don't get me wrong, it is bigger than most of the Voyagers. It's just not, I don't know, it's not a huge leader class. You know what I mean? Here he is with the Netflix Shockwave. Or Soundwave, my bad. And, like I said, I mean, yeah, he's big, but he's not, like, huge. Here he is with leader class Optimus Prime. And that's a good comparison right there. Leader class Optimus Prime here without his trailer, thus pretty much being a Voyager class Optimus Prime, is about the same size as Shockwave. Shockwave's a little bit heavier. Yeah, Shockwave's a little bit heavier. But with that being said, let's take all this crap off of him and recompare sizes. Well, there we go. I think this kind of shows what I'm talking about. This is a Voyager class figure with a whole bunch of extra just crap added to say that it's a leader class. And I'm not mad. Like, I don't dislike this figure at all. In fact, I think this thing is incredible. It's just, it should have been a Voyager. They should have skipped all this stuff here and made it a Voyager class. It fits in way better with these Voyager size characters than it does with any leader class. It's even almost, it's not even a big Voyager. I mean, I would consider this a fairly even, like, mid-level. This is what you expect when you think of a Voyager class. Now, to just kind of show you what he looks like next to what I would call, like, a worthy leader class, I guess. Here he is next to the Studio Series 34 Dark of the Moon leader class Megatron. And I think just seeing that right there kind of shows you what I'm saying. This thing is a leader class, right? This thing is a Voyager. And I don't really know what else to say about that. They should have just skipped all the other stuff and just made it a Voyager, because this is an awesome Shockwave. I have, like, zero complaint about this Shockwave. This is exactly what I wanted for a Shockwave on my shelf. This stuff did not need to be there for any reason, in my opinion. But getting him out of here. So we can take a look at his alt mode here, so we can get him transformed up. Alrighty, and we are back with him in his alt mode. So, and again, this thing is very purple, so it kind of gets muted out on the camera. I apologize for that. There's not really a whole lot I can do. I just tried to adjust my lights, and it didn't help. But this thing here is supposed to be like a Cybertronian space shuttle thing. It also has that wicked light piping up here. If you can see that. The lights are like way over here. They're not shining back here at all. And it's still picking it up that well. But this thing... Okay, let me just say this. Let me fold these down. Okay, if you know anything about the G1 toy, you'll know that this thing is supposed to be like a space blaster type thing. You can kind of hold it right here. And there we go. I mean, it's got... You can even flip this thing up at the front here. And it's like iron sights. This thing... I believe this to be an homage to the G1 toy, in the sense that they can't really market this as like a space pistol, so they made it a spaceship that just happens to have this pistol mode. I mean, like, it's got iron sights and everything. I don't think that was an accident, but they can't really market this as a pistol these days. Back in the 80s, it was different, but With that being said, though, we can go ahead and take his extra pieces here and just put them on him so you can see what that looks like. And this is the mode here that I really have to take back what I was saying about that the extra pieces didn't need to be here for any reason at all. Because when you put these extra pieces on, it's this big front piece here with these guns and stuff. And then these, obviously. When you put them on this Cybertronian spaceship mode thing, it actually kind of pulls the look together, and it looks like a Cybertronian spaceship type thing. It doesn't look like it's trying to be a hidden space pistol upside down. This, I'm actually digging a lot. I really like this. This is a badass looking alt mode here, in my opinion. This... okay, if I had to design like a modern take of Shockwave, this is exactly what I would go for right here. I actually really like this. This mode justifies the extra pieces for me. I do not like the extra pieces in robot mode. I think it's pointless. I think there's no reason to have them at all. This alt mode, though, looks awesome with them. Just to get an idea of how big this thing is now, this is the Voyager class Earthrise Starscream lined up right there, back to back. And as you can see, you can even see the front of Shockwave there, I guess. The Shockwave, in this configuration, in this alt mode with all the extra pieces, he's really big. He actually, in my opinion, fits the leader class size in this configuration. If you can see that, I mean, that doesn't really look like it lines up too well here. And keep in mind, Starscream is in the front, so he's going to look a little bit bigger. But I can even do it like this and just kind of show you like how much... that didn't really work. But you get my point. He fits the leader class price point a lot better in this mode, in my opinion, than in his robot mode or his powered up mode. But that being said, there's really not much more to show you on this except the feet pieces go here, the third and fourth arms go here, and that thing on his back goes here. I mean, other than that, it's exactly the same as the other alt mode, except now he's got these little guns here. But we can go ahead and get him back in his really cool robot mode. Alright, and here we have Shockwave back in his robot mode. Looking very, very good in my opinion. And again, I just kind of feel like all this stuff here is just extras that was not really necessary. It fills the alt mode out incredibly, but the robot mode simply doesn't need it. Like, this is Shockwave. When you put all that extra pieces on him and stuff, that's not Shockwave anymore. Like, that's something else trying to get an extra $20. But with all that being said, I love this figure. I think it actually turned out really cool. I don't care for all this stuff, but I'm not gonna hold it against it. I mean, it doesn't make it a worse figure by any means. It's just not necessary. He didn't need it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And check this out. I have a guest chilling up here. It's the first time we've ever had a guest in the videos. I hope you guys have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and stick around for the next video.